It is great to be with you, and especially in this way of speaking sort of directly to you through this video means. I wanted to share with you some of the things that are happening at the Church of the Covenant that I am sure that you have an interest in. Tomorrow, on Monday evening, May 11th, the session will be meeting in a called meeting to consider the reopening plan for the Church of the Covenant. We're considering this plan long before we actually anticipate reopening, just so that we have a really solid, well-thought-through plan. In the same way that we had a really strong, well-thought-through plan to close and what we would be doing over the period of time with modified worship and the church closure, we also want to have a great plan for when it comes time for us to reopen. Some of the aspects of this plan in relation to worship, people would come to the church and there would be some gentle screening that would happen in the commons area. We've purchased some infrared thermometers. There would be a brief survey that people could fill out, and then they would be routed by the ushers either into the Covenant Center or into the sanctuary. One of the things we would be doing is also we would be asking the ushers to seat you in specific pews in specific intervals, so that we would be assuring that there would be social distancing. We would ask people to please use the hand sanitizing floor standing units when they're entering the church and exiting the church. We would ask people to please wear their face masks when they would be coming to church. This reopening plan, there would be a 1-month trial in relation to it, so we would be doing it under that particular plan, and then the session would get back together and we would reassess it and decide whether we wanted to extend this soft opening, say for another month, whether we would feel like we needed to go back to the previous method of closing down the church and having modified worship. Whatever that would be, it would be decided really on a month-to-month basis what would be next. Honestly, this is not to concern you or to have you think, they're going to be opening the church in a week or 2 weeks or whatever. My hunch is probably not. The session has voted to keep the church closed and have modified worship through the end of May. My hunch is that may continue for a time. That having been said, is we're going to keep the congregation really well informed. So also this week, you should be receiving a letter in the mail informing you about the different parts of this reopening plan, and you would also be receiving an FAQ question and answer sheet that would be part of that, and an opportunity and a way to get back in touch with us with your interest and your concerns. So we're trying to keep you informed about what the reopening plan is long before we would actually be voting a specific time to reopen, if that makes sense. Right now, at this time, I urge you as our wonderful congregation to be in prayer for us, for the session, the leadership, and the staff of the church. Obviously, we're trying to balance two things. The one is our desire to get back together, to fellowship with one another, to have worship together, but it is also balanced with our love for our congregation and our concern for your health and for your safety. And we believe that through God's leading and guidance, we'll be able to achieve a really excellent balance between those two good things. So please be in prayer for us as I am in prayer for you. God bless you. I look forward to seeing you when we get back together again.